You know, nobody ever sets out to be an addict. It just kind of happens, and addiction doesn't discriminate.
At 19, I got pregnant and I had a little boy and I named him Ethan.
My mom and dad were divorced when I was a baby. My mom remarried several times, actually 5 times. I had 5 different father figures growing up. 2 were abusive, verbally and physically.
I had a good job at ATF for the government, and while I was working there, I was taking pain pills to get through the day. Eventually, it ended up to snorting the medicine and then shooting the pain medicine. So in 2008, I found myself addicted to heroin, and I would shoot every day to get up in the mornings, to go to bed at night, to do anything. I had a needle in my arm.
What started as, you know, a little bit here and there on a weekend, years later turned into I had to have a constant supply to make me feel the way I wanted to feel and to function the way I wanted to function.
My son, he was so young. He was, 4, 5, 6 at the time, and I relied a lot on my parents to take care of him. I used to say I was a responsible user because he never went, with me to go get drugs, or I never used in front of him. But the truth was is that I was breaking his spirit, and it hurt him.
I was using intravenously every day, and I had just about lost everything. Was living in a little hotel room, paying by the week. And in 2009, I got caught up in a sting operation. I ended up getting sentenced to 6.5 years in the penitentiary with 20 years suspended.
One day, I was going down to the city to go get some heroin, and I got pulled over, and I had 37 bags of heroin. That was rock bottom to me, but in reality, at the time, it was God saving me because I was going to kill myself. They were going to send me to jail unless I went to rehab to get myself together. So I chose to go to rehab, and I was there for 3 months, and I got clean, and I got healthy again.
And so I just poured myself into the Word and started studying and reading and praying. And I was hungry for change. I knew that when they opened those doors and said, "Mike Pangle, you're free," I did not want to come back to that place. And I had to get serious about making a change.
So we met in 2010. It was the first weekend I was out of rehab, and I came to Abundant Life Church with my parents. And Mike was here.
I was here with my cousin Chad, who had invited me. Later that day, I asked Chad, I said, man, why can't I find a good-looking Christian woman like that? And he laughed at me, and he said, "Mike, she's probably home from college. I've never seen her before, and besides that, she's way out of your league."
In March 2010, Mike was having a ministry event in Morrietown, and my mom asked me if I wanted to go. So we went together, and after the event, I talked to Mike, and he gave me his phone number.
And I took her to Dairy Queen and got ice cream, and we've been together ever since.
So we got married in December 2011. Our first year of marriage was really rough. We found ourselves back into our addiction.
We were broken. We were absolutely broken. We were so confused at how all this happened and how we got wound up in all this again. And we needed a rescue. We were in the biggest storm of our life. God had spoken into my heart that we were going to have a child, and we had everything the world was showing us was that we weren't gonna. We had 4 miscarriages before Westy's doctor told her that she just needed to get healthy and maybe we should look into other options for being parents. And I just held on to the dream and the word that I had from the Lord that we were going to have a son. And we came and we were fighting for our marriage. And we were fighting for the dream of being parents. And we were fighting for our lives. And it was probably the biggest storm of our life since we've been married. But God rescued us from that.
God has healed my relationship with my husband. He has healed my relationship with my parents. And He has healed my relationship with my 18-year-old son.
We have a 5-year-old son now, a beautiful 1-year-old daughter. We've been married 8 years, and we ain't going nowhere until the Lord takes us home.
We're Mike and Westy Pangle, and Jesus rescued us.